Good day, it's Dr. McLean with Vital Energy Chiropractic. And recently my son was taking a tennis lesson with Coach Tom, and I want to tell you a lesson that I learned and how you can relate it to really everything in your life, but specifically with your health. And so he was talking about when you are playing tennis, a certain tennis stroke, if you can start in the right position and you can finish in the right position, there's a very high probability that you're going to hit a good shot. So, for example, when you hit a forehand, I know very little about tennis, but when you hit a forehand, you should finish up over your shoulder. That's the finishing move. And so he told my son this, and then I'm watching my son hit these shots, and what I found is 100% of the time when he finished up over his shoulder, 100% of the time that ball landed in the court where it was supposed to land, at least in bounds. And 100% of the time when he finished out of position, it did not land in the court. And why did he finish out of position? I found most of the times because he was in a bad position to start with. The ball was, he wasn't expecting the ball and he got in the wrong position. So I thought, and I always try to think when we learn a lesson like that, how can I apply that to health or how can I apply that to life? And so let's take, if you're trying to change your nutrition, for example. Boy, dietary changes are really hard. I can't make these changes. It's really just too difficult. But think about, again, how you start, how did you start and how did you finish? Well, what food do you have in your pantry? Whatever's in your pantry is probably what you're going to eat, or in your refrigerator, in your home. How did that food get there? We got it at the grocery store. So how did you start? It's what you bought. But even before that, it was your mindset walking into the grocery store. So if you want to make nutritional changes, why do you want to make those changes? Well, I want to lose some weight for the next couple of weeks, but then I want to gain the weight back. Well, nobody says that. But did you make the commitment to say, I'm going to change my nutrition. I'm going to eat healthier the rest of my life, not just if this diet works or doesn't work. Because after a week or two, and you're walking in to get groceries, like, man, I made these changes and it doesn't really seem like it's changing my body yet. Maybe I will buy some ice cream, or maybe I will buy some donuts. I deserve it. Versus saying, I'm going to change this the rest of life. No, this is not about being perfect, but this is about setting yourself up for success. So you make better decisions walking into the grocery store, you have better food, and then you make better decisions saying, I'm getting these results, and you start to change that over time. So how you finish and how you start. Great example of chiropractic care. People come in sometimes and they'll get some chiropractic care, they're feeling better, they're doing a rehab, and then they feel better, so they stop doing that. They stop getting adjusted, they stop doing the rehab. They come back sometime later, they start getting adjusted again, they feel a little better, they stop getting adjusted, they stop doing the rehab. And then over time, they're like, man, I've been doing chiropractic care for a year, my back still hurts, what's going on? Well, you've been doing it for a year, but it's been very inconsistent. Okay? And that comes back to, again, how did you start and how did you finish? So did you start your day by scheduling time to receive your chiropractic adjustment? Did you schedule time to do your spinal rehab exercises? We all have 24 hours in a day and we're all busy. We have a lot of things on our plate, but is that a high enough priority to have optimal brain function, have optimal heart function, to actually be healthier? Is your health important to you, right? And so if you start by scheduling that time, put that on your schedule. I'm going to have my equipment accessible, my rehab equipment. I'm going to schedule a time to do it, and I'm going to get it done. And then at that night, how I finish at the end of the night is I'm going to look at my next day and make sure, again, that's going to work again. I'm going to schedule a time to go get my chiropractic adjustments consistently, right? So you can apply this to so many different areas in your life. What I find is that success, oftentimes we feel like we're really working really hard in an area, and it's because, at least this has been my experience, and I've seen this with a lot of other people too, is because we're being inconsistent. So I know in my areas that I'm being successful right now, it's because I'm being consistent. In the areas that I'm struggling with or not getting results that I desire, it's because I'm inconsistent. I work on it for a little bit, then I take a break. Not intentionally, but that's what happens. So decide, number one, what is your priorities? Because we can't do everything, right? You can do anything, but you can't do everything. We only have so much time, so you have to decide what's important. Hopefully health is one of your highest priorities, and you're scheduling that first. And then be consistent with those things, and you'll get the results that you desire in any area of your life that you would like. And so, again, that's what our goal is. Our goal is to help you optimize your health so you can go live the life that you desire.